You really think she's happy, don't you? You see the pictures, the laughter, the new and improved version of her, and it's eating you alive. You think she's moved on, barely remembers your name, living her best life like you never even existed. But let me wake you up. Happiness? It's a performance. What you're seeing isn't freedom. It's a carefully crafted illusion, a show. And who's the audience? You. Because here's the truth, most men never realize. If she was truly over you, she wouldn't need to prove it. She wouldn't need to flood your feed with smiles, fake joy, or flashy distractions. The moment she starts posting more, laughing louder, making sure you see how much fun she's having, it's not because she's healed, it's because she still wants your attention. And the fact that you're watching, that means she still has power over you. And this is exactly where most men fail. You start analyzing every detail, stalking her page, comparing yourself to the next guy. You're trapped, and the more you react, the weaker you feel. But here's the thing, you don't have to play this game. This is where Stoicism comes in. This is where you reclaim your power. The strongest man isn't the one who wins her back. It's the one who doesn't flinch. The one who doesn't check her page, doesn't ask mutual friends, doesn't care who she's with. Because a man who controls his emotions, that's a man she will never forget. So ask yourself, are you done being a pawn in her game? Are you ready to step back, guard your peace, and take back control? Then start now. If you're ready to break free, if you see through the illusion, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I reclaim my freedom. Let's begin. Number 1. Stop falling for the fake smile, the truth about her happiness. You see the pictures, the glowing smiles, the carefully curated moments, the staged happiness designed to look effortless, and you believe it. You fall for the illusion like a moth to a flame, convincing yourself that she's never looked back, that you were just a passing chapter in her story. But let's get one thing straight. Real happiness doesn't need an audience. If she were truly happy, she wouldn't need to prove it. She wouldn't be flooding social media with exaggerated joy, perfectly timed selfies, and captions screaming, "I've never been better." Because true happiness, it's quiet, it's content, it doesn't need validation. What you're seeing isn't happiness, it's a performance, a defense mechanism, a desperate attempt to control the story. She's making sure you think she's happy before you even have the chance to question it. Think about it. When have you ever seen someone at peace feel the need to shout about it? Do you ever see a truly fulfilled man constantly broadcasting his joy? Because people who are genuinely at peace don't seek external approval. But here's the catch. She needs you to watch. That's why the show continues. Because the moment you stop watching, the illusion starts to crumble. And when the camera is off, when the audience isn't there, that's when the silence hits her. That's when the doubts creep in. And guess what? That silence gets even louder when she realizes you're not watching anymore. That's why the strongest move you can make is nothing at all. No reaction, no jealousy, no need to post some "look how great my life is too" story to keep up. Because the second she realizes her performance isn't affecting you, that's when the real doubt sets in. That's when she starts wondering if she lost something real. This is where most men fail. They take the bait. They let a highlight reel dictate their emotions. They get caught in the cycle of checking, comparing, reacting, and every time they do, they lose. But you're different. You don't chase illusions. You don't give power to a performance. You understand that peace isn't about proving anything. It's about not needing to. So stop feeding the illusion. Stop falling for the act. The moment you stop watching is the moment she starts feeling. If you're ready to break free, if you see through the facade, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I do not react. I remain unshaken. Let's move forward. Number 2. Master your emotions or be controlled, your greatest weapon. Right now, she thinks she has you figured out. She believes she can predict your every reaction, every glance at her profile, every moment of jealousy, every desperate attempt to prove you still care. She expects you to check her stories, stalk the new guy, and break the moment you see her living her best life. But what happens when you do none of that? What happens when you go completely silent? When you stop reacting, stop watching, stop playing the game? That's when everything shifts. That's when the power moves back into your hands. Stoicism teaches one undeniable truth. He who controls his emotions controls everything. The moment you stop reacting, you become untouchable. She can post. She can try to make you jealous. She can bait you with every trick in the book. But if she gets nothing, that's when she starts to feel uneasy. That's when she starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? And here's what you need to understand about the human mind. We all crave validation. We need to feel seen, acknowledged, powerful. And when you deny her that, when you stand like a fortress of indifference, that's when the tables turn. Because nothing messes with someone more than being ignored. Ask yourself, what's more attractive? A man who crumbles at every test, who gets triggered by every move she makes, or a man who stays composed, unshaken, impenetrable? You already know the answer. She doesn't regret losing you because you're hurting. She regrets losing you when she realizes she can't affect you anymore. That's when the regret sets in. That's when the mind games backfire. So stop letting her take up free rent in your head. Stop being predictable. She already expects you to fall apart. Shock her by doing the opposite. Show her that your emotions are no longer in her control. You are stronger than this. If you're ready to reclaim your power, if you're done being played, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I control my emotions. I control my destiny. Let's move forward. Number 3. Don't be fooled. The illusion of replacement is a trap. You see her with someone new, and your stomach drops. Your mind spirals. How did she move on so fast? You start analyzing, comparing, wondering, what does he have that I don't? And just like that, you fall into the biggest trap of all, believing you were replaceable. But let me tell you something that will change the way you see everything. People don't replace, they distract. When someone jumps into a new relationship right after a breakup, it's not because they found something better. It's because they're avoiding the emptiness. They're running from the silence, trying to drown out the echoes of what was. The faster they move on, the more obvious it becomes. This isn't love, it's avoidance. It's a temporary shield against the reality they refuse to face. Rebounds aren't about connection, they're about denial. They're a way to numb the emotions that haven't been processed. A desperate attempt to convince the world and themselves that they're fine. But deep down, they know. And here's where it gets interesting. The moment she stops running, the moment she finally slows down and looks back, that's when the regret hits. That's when she realizes she never really let go. She just tried to outrun the pain. And you're making the mistake of treating this like a competition. You're watching, reacting, feeding into the illusion that she's happier now. But happy people don't need distractions. Someone who's truly moved on doesn't need a rebound to fill the space. And if she really truly replaced you, you wouldn't even be thinking about it. But the fact that you're still here, still questioning, still checking, that's not about her. That's about you. So let her do what she wants. Let her pretend. Let her run. Because while she's busy chasing distractions, you'll be mastering the one thing she can't fake: peace. If you're done falling for illusions, if you refuse to be part of the game, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I am the one who cannot be replaced. Now let's move forward. Number 4. Disappear to win. The power of absence. She expects you to linger, to check in, to keep the door cracked open just enough so she knows you're still there. That's what most men do. They walk away for a little while trying to play it cool, but eventually their emotions pull them back. Nostalgia creeps in. They break no contact. They check her profile, send a harmless message, or leave a window open just wide enough for her to know she still has a grip on them. And just like that, they hand back all their power. But you're not most men. You're about to understand one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. Absence creates value. Think about it. The rarest things in life hold the most worth. Luxury brands don't beg for attention. They let their exclusivity make people chase them. The most desired people aren't the ones throwing themselves at others. They are the ones who are least accessible. The same rule applies to you. The moment she realizes you're truly gone, not checking, not reacting, not orbiting her life like a lost satellite, that's when she starts to feel your absence. And here's the kicker. The human mind hates unanswered questions. It craves closure. It seeks validation. And when you disappear without a trace, you plant a seed of doubt deep in her mind. What if I was wrong? What if he was actually the best thing I had? What if he never comes back? That's power, not manipulation, not a game, just reality. But here's where most men get it twisted. They think going silent is a tactic to make her chase them. They sit there waiting, hoping she'll break first. That's weak. That's still giving her power. You don't disappear for her. You do it for you. You go silent because you're done being an option, because you respect yourself too much to linger in someone's shadow, because your peace, your energy, and your self-worth are not up for negotiation. So ask yourself, are you willing to truly let go, to walk away without looking back, to create real absence, not as a trick, but as a sign that you are moving forward? If you are, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I choose silence. I choose power. Let's keep going. Number 5. Rebuild for yourself, not revenge. The right way to move on. Right now you might be thinking, I want her to regret losing me. I want her to see me thriving and feel the pain she put me through. That's natural, but that's also the mindset of a man still trapped. Revenge is just another form of attachment. If you're still trying to prove something to her, if you're still building yourself up just to make her jealous, you're still playing her game, and that means she still owns a part of you. That's not how a Stoic man operates. You don't move forward to get a reaction. You don't chase success so she can see what she lost. You do it because you refuse to stay broken, because you understand that the greatest flex in life isn't proving someone wrong. It's not needing to prove anything at all. She expects you to compete. She expects you to start posting, flexing, showing off some fake glow-up just to get a response. But the strongest men, they don't move with the intention of being seen. They move because their growth is real. They step into their power quietly, consistently, without seeking validation. And that's what drives regret deeper than anything else. Because one day, she will check in. She will look back, expecting to find a man still hurting, still reacting, still trying to get under her skin. But instead, she'll find a man who's gone, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. A man who no longer needs her absence to motivate him, because he has something far greater: purpose. So let go of revenge. Let go of the need to make her regret. That's wasted energy. Do the work not for her, not for some imaginary moment of payback, but for the man you were always meant to become. If you're ready to build for yourself, if you're done chasing ghosts, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I rise for me, not for them. Number 6. The less you care, the more you win. Mastering indifference. You've been lied to. Somewhere along the way, you were taught that caring too much is a sign of strength, that if you love hard enough, show enough emotion, prove how much she meant to you, she'll come back. Nope, that's a trap. Caring too much is the fastest way to lose respect. It makes you predictable. It makes you easy to control. And worst of all, it makes you needy. And let me tell you something. Women don't chase men who need them. They chase men who don't need anyone. Now, let's be clear. Not caring doesn't mean being cold, bitter, or heartless. It means mastering the art of detachment. It means being in control of your emotions instead of letting them control you. It means building an inner fortress so strong that nothing outside of you can shake your peace. And once you reach that level, that's when people start gravitating towards you. Because a man who isn't desperate for attention, a man who isn't fazed by loss, a man who moves because he chooses to, not because he's forced to, that man, he's rare. And what's rare becomes valuable. She will test you. She will poke, prod, and try to provoke a reaction, just to see if she still has a hold on you. She might even come back, not because she truly wants you, but because she wants to know she still could have you. But when she realizes you've truly let go, that's when regret hits. Because a woman doesn't feel loss when a man cries over her. She feels loss when he stops thinking about her. So let go. Detach. Not to hurt her, not to prove anything, but because a man who controls his emotions controls everything. If you're done giving away your power, if you refuse to be controlled by attachment, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I am unshaken. I am free. Number 7. Turn your heartbreak into strength, transforming pain into power. Right now, you feel it. That weight in your chest, the sleepless nights, the thoughts that won't let you go. No matter how much you tell yourself you're fine, there's still a part of you that's hurting, wondering, stuck in the loop of, what if? But here's what most men never understand. Pain isn't your enemy. Pain is your fuel. Most people run from it. They numb it with distractions, endless scrolling, meaningless hookups, drinking, working themselves to exhaustion, anything to avoid sitting with the pain. But Stoicism teaches that suffering only exists when you resist it. The moment you stop running, stop fighting it, and instead face it head-on, that's when everything changes. Because pain has one purpose: to make you stronger. Look at the greatest men in history, the warriors, the leaders, the legends. Do you think they were shaped by comfort, by easy days and soft emotions? They were forged in fire. Their strength was built through suffering, through loss, through the kind of pain that would break lesser men. And that's the difference. Weak men let pain define them. Strong men use it. So you have a choice. You can sit in this heartbreak and let it consume you, or you can take that same energy, the same fire, and channel it into something greater. Build the body you always wanted. Sharpen your mind. Master a skill. Create something so powerful, so unshakable that one day you'll look back and thank her for walking away. Because that's the secret. This pain isn't here to destroy you. It's here to wake you up, to force you into the kind of growth you never would have reached otherwise. And when you emerge from it, when you rise above it, you won't just be over her, you'll be above her. So stop wishing it never happened. Accept it. Use it. Because the strongest men aren't the ones who avoid pain, they're the ones who own it. If you're ready to turn this heartbreak into your greatest transformation, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Pain doesn't break me, it builds me. Number 8. Make her feel your silence, the secret of absence. Right now, she doesn't feel your absence. Not yet. Because deep down, she still expects you to linger, to stay attached, to think about her even if you're silent. She believes she still holds space in your mind, that you're just waiting in the background, watching, hoping, hurting. But what happens when she realizes that's not true? What happens when it finally hits her that you're gone for good? That's when the regret starts. Here's what most men don't understand. Women don't feel the loss of a man immediately. At first, she's distracted. Her new reality is exciting, filled with noise and movement. She's confident in her decision, wrapped up in the illusion that she's the one who moved forward first. But then, the silence creeps in. The texts she used to ignore, they stop coming. The attention she thought was guaranteed vanished. The man she assumed would always care, nowhere to be found. And that's when it finally dawns on her. She didn't just lose a boyfriend, she lost a presence. Because men like you, they don't come around often. A man who loved deeply, gave genuinely, but also had the strength to walk away. That's a rare breed. And as time passes, she realizes something even more painful. It wasn't just you she lost. It was the way you were in her life, the way you made her feel, the way you stood firm, held your ground, and carried a presence that no one else can replace. That's when she checks in. Maybe it's a text. Maybe it's a random like on an old picture. Maybe it's a mutual friend mentioning that she was asking about you. And what do? Nothing. Because you don't chase ghosts. You don't look back. And when she realizes she can't pull a reaction out of you, that's when she truly feels the loss. But by then, it's too late. Because the man she walked away from no longer exists. You've evolved. You've grown. And the best part, you don't want her back. If you refuse to be an afterthought, if you know your worth, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. My absence is my power. Number 9. Walk away and become unshakable, the final lesson. This is it. The moment everything changes. The moment you stop asking, does she miss me? And start realizing, it doesn't even matter. Because the man you've become, he doesn't wait. He doesn't wonder. He doesn't need anyone's regret to validate his worth. This is what true stoicism looks like. Complete emotional freedom. No more overthinking, no more checking in, no more secretly hoping she wakes up one day and realizes what she lost. Because at this point, you already know she did. But here's the difference. You no longer care. You're not waiting for her to feel your absence. You're not sitting around hoping she comes crawling back. Why? Because you've outgrown her. You've reached a level where her absence doesn't feel like a wound. It feels like peace. And that's the moment you know you've won. The strongest men aren't the ones who get their exes back. They're the ones who become so focused, so disciplined, so elevated, that even if she begged, they wouldn't take her back. Not out of spite, but because they understand something most men never do. When you master yourself, you master the game. So you walk away, not as a strategy, not as a way to make her regret, but because you've finally realized your own worth. Because you are no longer available to people who fail to see your value. Because the man you've become, he doesn't need her. He doesn't need closure. He doesn't need anything outside of himself. And that is what makes you untouchable. If you're ready to stop chasing what no longer serves you, if you're ready to step fully into your power, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I answer to no one but myself. So here we are. You've seen the truth. You've felt the shift. Now, you have a choice. Stay the same, or become the version of yourself that never asks, "What if?" again. Because at the end of the day, this was never about her. It was never about making her regret, proving something, or waiting for her to wake up. This was always about you, about breaking free from attachment, about mastering your emotions so that no one, not her, not anyone, can ever control you again. That's what Stoicism is. That's what power looks like. It's not loud, it's not desperate. It's a quiet, unshakable presence that moves through life with certainty. At the end of the day, this was never about her. It was about you, about breaking free from illusions, reclaiming your peace, and stepping into the version of yourself that no longer waits, wonders, or needs validation. The real power? It was always within you. Now, it's your turn. Are you ready to stop looking back and start living? If this message hit home, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I choose my own path. Let me know, what was your biggest realization? Share your thoughts, and let's build a community of strength. Stay strong. Stay untouchable. Stay stoic.